our stadium. To make sure everything runs smoothly, we're going to take you through a few simple steps to get ready for a session.
First of all, you want to make sure you've got all your training gear ready and you're logged into Zwift. Now launch the live YouTube show by clicking the Join Stadium button on the SFuels website.
You won't want to miss a second of the action. Make sure that you come into the stadium about 5 minutes in advance so you're ready to go. You have your SFuels right by your side because it is going to be hot in there, and we look forward to seeing you in the stadium.
Welcome, athletes, and thanks for joining the SFuels Stadium Experience session. Please join me in welcoming our SFuels host for this afternoon's training session, Leighton Phillips.
Well, hey, good afternoon all. It's 4 p.m. on the East Coast here in the U.S. and certainly a bit warmer on the weekend than it was at our stadium session on Tuesday, which was down near 0, I think it was, on Tuesday. And if it's your first time, welcome to the stadium, and thanks for those who are joined in Zwift. We'll make sure that we surface you during the show. And joining us is the boss from Endure.IQ, all the way from New Zealand, Dan Plews. How you doing there, bud? Yeah, good. Great to have you. What's that? That's right. Well, looking forward to this one. It's our first experiences session, so we'll see how this comes together. And it's great to have the Endure.IQ team in the house. How's the train? I know you knocked off a bit of a mountain race the other week. How's the legs from that? Right. Youch. Right. Very different. Yeah. Well, hey, there's some awesome results from athletes going on. It's great to see some racing again, and Ironman Florida is happening as we speak, and we'll touch on some of that. We've got a few athletes racing down there this weekend. I'm going to share you some of the results from around the world from athletes and some of the recent blogs we've been putting together, and what's going on in the stadium for the next 2 months. So we'll jump to that. So with that, let's get into it. I know some of the folks here first time in the stadium. So let me just orient you around what you're seeing. Obviously, you got Zwift running in the background. You're going to see some of these monitors, like where you've got Dan surface now. It'll either be Dan or a Zwift surface. And you'll also see we'll run either when we do bike sessions like today. We have a bike timer, and that will run the overall 70.3 development session that we're running through today. If we're doing a run session, you'll see basically a stopwatch come up, and that'll run the intervals for the run session. So it's pretty simple. I hope you're warming up there on Zwift. It's great to see the folks. I think we got about 20 people coming into the stadium this afternoon, so should be a blast. And with that, let's talk a little bit about what we're in for this afternoon. This is one of Dan's sessions. He's got a couple of these experience sessions between now and Christmas. This one today and then another one in December. So Dan, you've set up the 70.3 bike development session. Why don't you talk us through how it all looks?
Yeah, so this is actually one of my personal favorite sessions. I really enjoy this session, but I've been pretty kind on people today, because usually, like, if you're feeling pretty good, you can do 10 of these reps. But today we're just going to do 6. Nice. But the idea is, if you consider that 70.3 pace is around 83 to 85% of your threshold power, so we're just working a little bit above and a little bit below for 8 minutes. So we go, first 2 minutes is above at 90%, and we go back just below 80%, and then we basically repeat that again to make up 8 minutes. So yeah, great session just to push up that kind of pace a little bit. You know, the real key with this is that I often find that the transitions between each 2 minutes is the hardest bit. Right. So sometimes you come off that kind of 90% and you're into the 80 and you're like, oh god, that's hard, but it does get a bit easier. So you know, the first 30 seconds is always the hardest, so just like focusing on that, and then it gets you'll feel it come off a little bit. So yeah, that's the aim of the session, and it's like, you know, those who have got maybe a 70.3 around the corner, a great session. Yeah. And if not, get stuck in anyway, because it's still a great session.
Well, hey, 2 minute rest. I think you were suggesting, Dan, to probably drop back to somewhere about 50% of the FTP. I think you're calling out.
Yeah, so 2 minutes in between.
Okay. Got it.
Take it easy, 50% FTP. And yeah, just keep the cadence going, and you'll get that heart rate down and hopefully be ready to rock and roll.
Okay, well, hey, this is what 76 to 90% FTP looks like. So on the left-hand side, depending upon what your FTP is, so for example, if it was 240, up at 90%, you're about 216, and somewhere between 180 and 216, sit at that 76 to 80% FTP. From an RPE perspective, conversation should be broken, but that sounds good in theory. Let's see, 8 minutes is the long 8 minutes, and
it goes by quick though, because it's just 2 minutes really.
Right. 2 minutes.
It is one of the benefits of this session, is like it goes by that little bit quicker because you're kind of just focusing in every 2 minutes.
Gotcha.
So, well, that's the theory.
That's the theory, that's right. Well, hey, I've got the countdown timer, and because I'm being nice this afternoon, we've actually got a 2 minute countdown. Rather than the 1 minute countdown. So folks, you should see that up on the screen now. We're counting down, and when we get into 0, we'll kick off with the first rep. How's the weather down there? Is it pretty warm, Dan? True summer setting?
Yeah, really heating up. Humid too. We had massive thunderstorms here last night, and humid this morning. And my Apple Watch is telling me it's 91% humidity in my garage.
Really?
Yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be. It's too bad this isn't a sweat fest, because there will definitely be a sweat fest going on in this garage this morning.
Dan put in Zach put in the big commercial air conditioners into his treadmill room. You might have to look at that.
Maybe Zach doesn't know about the benefits of training in the heat. Then maybe me and him should have a chat.
Well, it's cooling down the US here. Certainly fall set in, all the colors are coming in, and I think we'll probably start seeing people ducking into the stadium more often as it gets pretty cold. Yeah, for sure. Then Nicole sent me a nice picture yesterday of the tree outside your house. Very pretty. Pretty red. Yeah. It's probably a bit like when you were back in the UK, you would have saw some colors like that, I guess.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Nice.
Hey folks,
now we just get palm trees.
What's that?
Now we just have palm trees.
Palm trees. It's like Queensland and Australia, everyone's got palm trees.
Yeah.
Okay folks, we're 10 seconds away, and we're going to ramp up into the first rep. And as Dan said, that's a full 8 minutes, starting with 90%. Here we go now, let's bring it up. So we got Mark Peverett joining us this afternoon. Good to have you, buddy, in the stadium. Thanks for joining us, and I think you're coming in from Canada, so great to have you with us this afternoon. 7:15, folks. Oh, sorry, 7 minutes we got. Now we got Lee Glassman back with us, headed back up the Alpe d'Huez Zwift. I don't know if he ever gets off the Alpe d'Huez Zwift, but he hit some pretty nice performance the other day online on one of the Zwift races, so must be paying off. Good to see you, Lee.
So we're back down now. 290.
Yeah, we're backing off 90 and into 80%, folks. And if you're wondering what I'm looking down for, I'm actually just looking at the folks joining us this afternoon and bringing up their Zwift details to surface them into the stadium. So I'll jump in and out so I can surface as many of you as I can. Okay, here we come, folks. Switching from 80 back into 90% to the second 4 minutes of the first rep. Good to have Kane back with us, riding with us this afternoon. Good to see you, buddy. Churning out some decent wattage there, and hope you're getting back into some racing yourself with the summer coming on down there. All right, last 3 minutes on, folks, and back down to 80% as we finish off this first of the 6 reps.
Quite a bit of a climb here, Leighton.
What's that?
So they want a bit of a climb.
Yeah. Some decent hills you're heading up there. Someone's on your tail. It's actually Kane. Yeah.
We're all over the place though. We go to 5.1 watts per kilo, then down to 3, and 4, and back to 5.
There you go. All right, we're nearly there, folks, on the first rep of the day. Certainly warming up the legs. 10 seconds to go as we come into this first 2-minute rest session, folks. I think we're back enough now. So yeah, there's some finally some racing going on, both in the tri scene and the ultra scene. The Javelina 100 was just last weekend, and Zach Bitter's wife Nicole ran and took out the win for the ladies, and actually came 3rd overall against the men also. So that's an awesome performance. 15 hours for 100 miles. That's good going. That's 4 marathons under 4 hours. So
Jeez, that's a big day.
With elevation.
Did you see? I was looking on. I saw on Instagram a few weeks back that Dave Goggins did this race, and it was like 66 hours. Wow, that's just crazy.
Insane. Yeah.
Right. Oh, I couldn't imagine it.
No, try not to.
No.
The UTMB week in Chamonix has 5 races. Starts at 40K and goes up. But the big one, I mean, UTMB is 100 miler, but there's the one above that called the TDS, and the TDS is about 270. I think they run it over, I think it's 3 or 4 days. You have to, but it's like 30,000 feet of ascent. No, 30,000 meters of ascent. So that's 90,000 feet. So it's a shredder.
Wow.
They have no problem filling the seats. Okay, folks, we're about 10 seconds coming into our second rep, and I'm going to ramp it back up to 90% of your TP. And another 8 minutes coming up.
Let's hope everyone found that first rep quite manageable. It shouldn't be feeling too hard just yet.
Okay, you didn't come out too hard. Here's the music.
Start your endurance training and racing free of carbs and sugars, and switch on simultaneous fat and carb burning. Check out the science at SFuels. QR code below.
So yeah, folks, if you're new to the stadium and new to SFuels, we certainly advocate no carbs in that first 30 to 60 minutes to help switch on both carb and fat oxidation. And you can find all about it with that QR code, and we'll make sure The link for that is in the show notes, and you can check that out. We'll offer a special pack at the end of the event today too, if you haven't tried SFuels yet, and you can take a look at it and look at the science behind why we're suggesting no carbs in that first 30 to 60 minutes. We're back on the Alta Zwift with Lee Glassman. Well, hey folks, maybe in one of the next rest sessions I'll get Dan to touch a little bit on the new and exciting launch of his Endure.IQ squats, and super excited to see them come out. A lot of work's gone into them, and they just launched, so we'll let him get through this interval, but get him to walk us through what that's all about in the next rest session. Is the side-by-side of Dan and Mark Peveritt out in Zwift, joining us here. Phone in here. So it was a warm day at Florida today, and I think it was in the 70s and 80s, maybe even more, a little bit overcast, so that was nice for them. But good to see the leaders coming in under 8 hours for one of the very few Ironman races that have happened this year. And we'll touch on having our own Dan Wilson racing there today, one of his Ironman attempts, so it's great to see him out, giving the Ironman a blast for his down in Florida. We're back up to 90%, folks, in the second 90% FDP 2-minute segment. Got you off-road in Zwift there, Dan, so hang on to your bars there, buddy.
Yeah, so I've been doing plenty of mountain biking recently.
Yeah, you've had the training.
Yeah.
Nice going there, Kane. Okay, we're coming out of our second 90%. We're about to shift over into 80%. It's about now, folks. Nice crank in their lead. Is still churning up the Zwift. Never-ending mountain, it seems.
The thing Lee's trying to get is his Tron bike.
Oh yeah.
So if you do a certain amount of elevation, you get a fast bike.
Nice. That's what I need in the real world.
There is no real world now, Leighton.
There is no real world.
It's just a merge between virtual and real.
Sadly but true. Okay, folks, we're in the last minute of the second rep. Okay, folks, you can bring that back to a rest. We'll do a full 2-minute rest here. And that's 2 reps down. We got 4 more to go. Hey, Dan, how you feeling about talking about your squads? You got some breath there?
Yeah.
Sure, keen to hear.
Well, what do you want to know? I mean, so we launched the Endure.IQ training squad yesterday. I guess the motivation behind it is that, we're all about educating athletes, empowering athletes, and courses is one thing, but then allowing people to actually see, learn, manipulate training themselves is another. And we live in a world where a lot of online coaches and have a lot of athletes, and we can often wait a long time. And we have ultimate adjustability, but we kind of hoping that the athletes can learn and adjust themselves with the right guidance. So it's kind of, especially in a time when people don't really know what's going on with COVID, and hopefully we've provided kind of a good training platform. It's not too expensive, and it also brings us into great shape because we've got some absolute killer workouts in there.
Well, just the guidance, right? I mean, I just think it's harder and harder with whether it's pools or access to coaches or just getting together with group rides. It's so hard. So I think what you're doing is exemplary to help people stay training.
Yeah, exactly. And we provide, in all the sessions, we provide things like, if you're going to move this session, where you should move it to. This is a VO2. Don't put it next to another VO2. Allow 48 hours, and we give all that information. We even give nutritional information, like whether you should have carb before, what you should have beforeing, based on the LCHF kind of thinking too. So,
Okay. Well, let's keep talking more about it, folks. We're in rep number 3 here, so I'll ramp the music back up. Sounds fascinating, Dan. Congratulations for launching it.
Yeah, it's been like me and my wife. Such a relief, because it's just, originally it was like, I was just thinking, that would be quite simple, but no, there's so much work, because you just think, you want it to be right. And Kate is the ultimate, she's a real perfectionist, and I'm just like, she'll be right, get it done, get it out there, but it's been really good.
Yeah, it's interesting in the software industry, some companies like Google kind of come out with an eternal draft or eternal beater, and it just keeps getting iterated. Some people come out with the Rolls Royce out of the box, so it's different. But
with the squad, it's going to be a permanent evolution. At the moment we've got more than 50 different training phases.
Right.
Like more than 20 different full programs for Ironman, 30.3, all different levels. But the thing about it is, we'll continue to add to those. We're just gonna, when races come out, we'll say, we have enough people in the squad, and we recognise that they're all doing like Ironman Florida.
Right.
I will put together a specific plan for that.
Yeah. Well, it's just a crazy world we're living in, and I think anything that can help to keep us on the straight and narrow on the training side will
exactly.
be well received. So let me see, folks, here if we're going to jump across to some racing results, and I know we had Dan Wilson down in Florida today. I'm just trying to see here how he's doing. I think he's still out on the run course. We might see if we can just surface some data here if I can. Let me see if we can do this. Just bear with us, folks. I'll try to bring up his results here live. That look? Not coming up? Oh, that's on. Oh, wait a sec. Here we go. Let me try that. I think that's. Here we go. Okay. So, yeah, he's had a long day in the saddle and now on the feet. He's coming out of the water at 129, and you can see on the bike here in what, 546, and he's out on the run now. Where's he at? He's about 10k into the run, so he's still got a bit to go. But welcome to Ironman Racing, Dan. It's a big day, so welcome to the experience. It's a big day, and there's a lot of learning, right, on many levels. So great to see Dan getting out there and just racing. He actually just did a 10K the other day and finished that in 54, so that was good for him. And great to see a few of our athletes starting to light up a few races here and there. We actually had our own Eric Tao also racing 100k ultra. He came in with the win, 10 hours and 31, so it's a great time. I'm not sure the elevation of that particular race. Was out in Kansas, but folks, if you're joining us in the stadium, Eric will be hosting the Miler sessions next Tuesday in the stadium. That's the sunrise session at 6 a.m. East Coast time in the US. And Eric will talk to us a little bit about his race there in Kansas. So see how that comes together for him. Well, hey, so yeah, so I probably can't broadcast exactly the details, but I can talk about it. So Leafman came in first, and just trying to see his full data here. So 7 hours 52, Dan, and
7 hours 15.
No, 7 hours 52.
Oh wow, that's fast though.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So yeah, it's good. It's a good run. But he actually was getting attacked pretty heavily from. Let me just bring that up here. Matt Hansen.
Yeah, right.
Matt ran a 241, I think it was, off the
bat.
Wow. So
it's fast.
It's good running, and I think Sam Long actually might have run 245. Also, I need to check on. Let me just see if I can find that here. 245.40. Yeah. So there was some fast running and obviously quick overall, but I think they had a pretty warm but not ridiculous, and bit of overcast weather probably helped. But yeah, great to see our own Dan Wilson out still on the course and getting it done on the Saturday.
Nice. Who's to say it's a long day? You know, the best advice someone's ever given me for Ironman racing was said, you know, Dan, the trick to racing any good Ironman is to lick everyone else's plate clean before you start on your own.
Sounds like someone who wants to beat you.
Patience, and then give it a nudge.
Great. Well, hey, so we're 50 seconds to go, folks, on this third rep. So this is halfway to get through this afternoon's stadium session. And great to see you guys all bringing passion to the stadium and keeping the performance up as we get through these reps. Let me bring that music back.
Halfway after this one.
Halfway, that's right.
And oh, how'd we get to this place? We're leaving everything behind, new and exciting.
Sorry, buddy, I had the music up. What was that?
I said I've got a sweat on. Hot in here today.
You're doing your acclimatization training even though
you're
looking for a race. All right, folks, we can bring that back down. We've got a 2-minute rest here as we take a breath and get ready for the fourth rep at 6. So, what do you expect, Dan? Like, I know today they had the 70.3 and then also the full Ironman, and like the difference between looking at wattage or heart rate between a 70.3 and a full, do you change your approach there at all, or pretty much the same?
I mean, heart rate and power will be totally different, really. I mean, in an Ironman, if you talk about the two thresholds, you got your aerobic threshold and then your commonly known as your anaerobic threshold. Or Ironman will sit on, depends on the level, like, you know, elite guys will be slightly above aerobic threshold, most age groupers will be smack bang on it, and then, you know, your lower end age groupers would be below it. So, but it's around that threshold, whereas when you talk about 70.3, it's kind of getting up towards anaerobic thresholds, like the, you know, maybe the top elite guys will be at, you know, in terms of percentage, will be around 90% of that. Not FTP, but in terms of heart rate at least.
Right.
So yeah, and on FTP it'll be, you're talking around 75 to 78.
Okay.
Percent FTP Ironman versus 82 to 85, okay. 70.3.
So 90% of lactate threshold, huh? On the 70.3 for the elites.
Yeah, in terms of a close heart rate, yeah. 85 to 90 would be around that, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, folks, we're about to jump into rep number 4 here, and I'll get this music cranked up. 2 minutes goes fast.
I think you speeded up the clock on that one.
I gotta stop asking questions.
So fragile, like it was built to break off the handle. How'd we get to this place? We're leaving everything behind for new and exciting
mountain bike racing. I crashed like 2 weeks before, and
that's right.
And now it's still hurting me.
Well, you shouldn't fall too hard there in the garage.
No, I am on rollers. Can happen.
It can happen. My brother was asking about which trainer to buy, and when he asked me that, hey, do the cycling pants help a sore butt, I thought I better not tell him to buy rollers if that's the extent of his questions. But he should stay with the easier one.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Try and bring Kane up here on the screen if I can. Oh, wait a second. Swift's just playing games with me. Here we go. Sorry, Kane, I just had some Zwift trouble here, so we should be bringing you up now. Here you go. There you go. Hey, Kane, since you're looking so strong there on the bike, I've got a little gift for you this afternoon. So we have this cowbell here in the stadium that if you crank out a 500 watts, I welcome you to the 500 watt club. So if you're keen to churn out a 500, quick poke on 500, here he comes. There's 380 there, 415. As you got it. Let's see, here we go. Oh, it's still there. There it is. Okay, we'll bring out the bell. Welcome to the 500 Club, buddy. Nice going. Oh, he's got a few 800s there, 700s. He's cranky over it. Okay, let me see how Lee's doing here. Where's he at? He's just passed corner 4, 4 more loopbacks to go to hit the summit of the must be getting cold up there, Lee.
Yeah, it looks pretty chilly, doesn't it?
You're just in the shorts and the shirts too. Anyway, good going. Lee, you should tell us on YouTube chat sometime how many of these Alpha Swift summits you've done. I'd be keen to know that. I know you've posted a bunch of these up on social, so it's awesome to see. Folks, one of the things we're doing at SFuels now, and probably not every Monday, but every second Monday for sure, we're going to be producing more technical article from a nutrition perspective. We'll post these out on social so you find out about them, etc. But they're called the Monday Mindshare, and we surface these up on our website. And we recently got a ton of interest in an article that we wrote with respect to how people's outlook is relative to their gut microbiome, and not an obvious connection. And this article goes into the science behind, for endurance athletes, not just what happens in the gut, but the association between the health of the gut and mental outlook. And it's really interesting what some of the studies are actually bringing out with this relationship. And this article also goes into some of the carbohydrate types that can further exacerbate that if it's a problem, and obviously what you can do to improve the situation. So there's a QR code there. You can check that out and have a read when you got nothing to do there at work and you're looking for something more interesting. Check out the Monday Mindshares, and we'll make sure we get those links posted out. You can check it out, folks.
You know, I read that article, Leighton, and I thought, Bella, my little girl, there's definitely a direct link there, because a kombucha makes her very happy. Almost instantaneously.
You know, we've actually been starting a bunch of research on kimchi and different yogurt forms, and we haven't written the article yet, but certainly there's a lot to be said about these fermented foods and some of the more systemic value they bring to health, which people don't naturally kind of make the connection. So kombucha tea and kimchi and yogurt, and there's many others, of course. But okay, folks, we're almost into the last 2 minutes of this fourth rep, and we're still at 90% FTP, and we're going to drop down to 80%. Let me bring the music back up to help you finish this fourth rep. Here we go, folks. Let's switch back to 80%.
Everything we know be lost and changed for something new. Only time will tell, but I'll be holding you. I'll be holding you. I'll be holding you. I'll be holding you.
Had some nice performance in Germany there with CK. I'm sorry I don't know the full name, but some good performance there. And certainly we're seeing a lot of German dominance at the moment in the Ironman racing, it seems, Dan. Something going on there?
Anything you see here? I mean, those days have been around since the days of Thomas Helwig or Jürgen Zach.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a long road of German success. Okay, folks, just over 30 seconds to go. I'll bring music back up.
Will everything we know be lost and changed for something new? Only time will tell, but I'll be holding you. I'll be holding you.
We got another Daniel with us this afternoon. Daniel Garcia coming in from Costa Rica this afternoon. Thanks for joining us in the stadium, buddy. Great to have you. Okay, we got 3, 2, and 1, and we're back into a 2-minute rest session, folks.
All right.
You're looking forward to it now.
Well, hope you don't speed up the clock again.
I'll just let you talk. I won't ask any questions. It's easy for me sitting here behind a microphone.
Yeah. Yeah, so 2 more to go.
What's the bet you're making for Daytona, Dan, in terms of who you think might come up trumps?
It's a tricky one. Like Lionel Sanders obviously is looking pretty sharp at the moment, breaking the hour record, but I'm also not convinced, that it's so flat, and I think it lends itself to a bit of a good bike and a reasonable pack on the front of the stuff.
Right.
I don't know. I think you'll see some of the the typical stronger bikers not doing as well as normal. Be interesting to see how it goes, because I don't know how they're going to keep track of it, because you'll get, you might get people lapping each other, and
the bike goes out of the stadium for a while. So.
Oh, does it? I thought it just stayed in the stadium.
Yeah, it starts there, and I think they might do a lap or so, but they head out. I'm not sure if they might do maybe a couple laps. I know on the run they do a few more, but no, it's going to be exciting to see. There's some serious coin up the grabs.
Yeah, I know. They put a few. Like PTO put some money into races here in New Zealand as well.
That's great.
Like the Rotorua half, they put some money into that. So I was going to do it. They have a race in Rotorua that's called the Sufferfest.
Okay.
And Rotorua is actually where I did this mountain bike race a couple of weeks back, but great place for training. But okay, we're back in. They've got a race where it's basically 2 half Ironmans back to back, Saturday, Sunday, aggregate time, which I was keen on doing, but unfortunately we've got a Christmas Cup with the America's Cup for the sailing.
Oh, I see. Gotcha.
So I'm a bit busy. Yeah.
Couldn't make it work.
Yeah. I'm thinking I'm putting my racing on hold until after the America's Cup now.
America's Cup. Yeah.
Yeah, then I'll make more sense.
Crank it back up.
Yeah.
Okay, folks, we're into the 5th rep. 7 minutes to go, and we got Lee Glassman. I'm going to bring the music back up.
You. So fragile, like it was built to break off the handle. How'd we get to this place? We're leaving everything behind for new and exciting feelings, but I won't leave you. Will everything we know be lost and changed for something new?
What do you got, Lee? Somewhere between 2 and loop 1, and then head to the summit. Think you can get the summit done before the end of the session? Let's see how you do.
I'll be holding you. I'll be holding you.
Hey, on board with Kane McCollum. I assume you're dialing in from New Zealand also, right, Kane? Not somewhere around the world.
I'm not worried.
I think Kane's
Thinking about tomorrow.
give us a thumbs up if you're in South Island. Kane? Give us a ride on.
That's right. I'll give him the right on. There we go.
Everything we know be lost and changed for something new.
He's hit me with the lightning bolt on YouTube chat at 300 watts, so that's nice.
I'll be holding you. I'll be
Look, Kane's got a high heart rate. Hey, 185.
Yeah, that's the top ender, right? Good to see you churning out the miles there, Mark. Me hit you with me right on there, buddy. Nice going. Thanks for joining us today. I hope you're enjoying being part of the stadium. Folks, we're about 4 minutes in. We got 4 minutes to go on this fifth. This is the second last rep of today, so we're back at a 90% FPP now. Put the music back up.
But I won't leave you. Will everything we know be lost and changed for something new? Only time will tell, but I'll be holding you. 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 Let's slow down. I wanna live right now. I'm not worried. Thinking about tomorrow.
Well, folks, as Dan was saying earlier, it wasn't just. Let me see if I can find this here. I think I've got a photo. Let's try this. Let's try here. So this was the photo here. Oops. I got too many Dans surfacing at the moment. There we go. That was the one I was after. It looks amazing, the environment, the trail. Ah, it's a magic place. Yeah.
Like it was built to break off the handle. How'd we get to this place?
Right. Yeah, it's pretty close to there. Actually, Kane's just IM'd me here. He's sitting in Wellington, windy Wellington. There you go. I know Lewis is sitting down there in Queenstown at the moment. He's got some pretty nice place he's sitting in at the moment. I'm waiting for the invite. We got a minute to go, folks. We're back at 80%. It's fifth rep, and we'll head back into our final 2-minute rest, and then we'll finish off with the final
Hurrah!
final hurrah.
That's why Kane gave you a lightning bolt. It always rains in Wellington. That's how he thought we'd know.
Nice. Kane's saying his heart rate high. That's pretty standard. He's 207 max, he's saying. He's certainly younger than me. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and we can bring that back, folks. Well, it's a big session, all right, Dan, to say the least.
Oh, this is just a warm-up, Layden. 10 of these reps are when you wanted to push the envelope.
Well, we can keep going if folks want to keep going. I got enough broadband here to keep going. Let me see here. Every so often, Zwift companion app actually just lose it. I'm trying to. It'll come back in a second here. Here we go.
Well, I did a couple of reps before we started, Layden. So.
Oh, there you go. You got a few credits.
Yeah, I've got a few credits. So.
Well, this is the last one, folks. So we want to make it a big one, and pushing it out on a Saturday here in the U.S. and Sunday in Asia and Australia, New Zealand. We've got a few folks from South America, so there'll be more in our time zone. So making the most of a Saturday here. Great to see. What I'll do in this last session too, I'll just give you a sense of what's coming up in the stadium, some of the sessions we got coming up, and we got a bit of an announcement too to make, so I'll bring that out as we get into this final rep, folks. We're 20 seconds away. I'll bring the music up.
Only time will tell, but I'll be holding you. I'll be holding you. I'll be holding you.
All right, here we go, folks. Let's bring that up. This is the 6th and final rep, 90% FTP.
I'll be holding you.
So we got I think it's like maybe 15 or 16 stadium sessions coming up between now and Christmas. Maybe it's 12 to 15. Yeah, next Tuesday in the sunrise session, 6 a.m. East Coast time, we get started. We'll be running the miler sessions. So this is 30 on, 30 off, 8 reps. And we run that at zone 5, so this is really topping out, and we have 6 of those 6 sets of 8 reps at 30 by 30. So it's certainly a strong high intensity interval session, and make sure you put the crash pads in behind your treadmill. One thing, by the way, on that is we'll be sending out details on this, but we've just finished our Stadium app on the iPhone App Store. And what this allows you to do is that for any of the run sessions, and I'll talk more about the bricks in a session, but for any of the run sessions, if you haven't got a treadmill, basically you can jump onto the Stadium app and you'll get the audio stream, and basically you can turn your phone off, like the screen off, and just put it in your run pack or your pocket or what have you, and stay with the Stadium event, with the training. And as we go through the intervals, you'll hear us with the music and the voice to guide you through the session, even though you're out on the road. Obviously, you just need a good data connection, and it's pretty low data actually, but obviously you need the connection, but that'll allow you to do any of the run sessions, even if you haven't got a stadium. So that's a bunch of fun. So yeah, next Saturday, we're going to see how we go with this. It's going to be our first attempt to run our first brick session. We're still just testing a few things out. If there is an issue, we'll push it back a week or two. But the plan is with Lewis Ryan to set up a bike run brick, and that'll be, as I said, head out on the bike for probably around 60 minutes, and that'll be made up of a bunch of intervals, and then we'll switch across from the bike into the run. And again, if you have the treadmill inside, you can just step off the bike and onto the treadmill and stay with Zwift and keep watching us on YouTube Live. If you don't have a treadmill, just fire up the Stadium app, and you'll be able to stay with the show out on the road. So that'll be a bunch of fun. So we have quite a few sessions coming up. You can check it out on SFuelsGoLonger.com, and just look under the community area here, and if you go into SFuels Stadium, and that's where you'll find down the bottom of this page all the different sessions we've got. It's not scrolling down for some reason, but all the different sessions we've got between now and the end of the year. So it's all up there. Really appreciate you sticking with us this afternoon. I think we're into the second 4 minutes. Yeah, we are. We're into the second 4 minutes of the final and sixth rep of the day. We're back in at 90% FTP. Let me bring the music up, please.
I'll be holding you. So fragile, like it was built to break off the handle. How'd we get to this place? We're leaving everything behind for new and exciting feelings, but I won't
just in
leave
time.
you.
Just in time for Lee to crest over the summit here. Just coming up now. Nice going there, buddy. Congratulations for another summit at the Zwift. Good to see you, bud. Assume you're going to turn around and head back down like you usually do. It's impressive.
I'll be holding you.
Here's Kane, still cranking it out on the, what are we in here? We're back to the 80% last 2 minutes, folks. Nice going there, bud. Let me see if we can bring up Mark again. Yeah, he's still with us here. Nice riding there, bud. Good finish to the sixth and final rep. Folks, we're a minute and a half to go on this sixth and final rep.
Will everything we know be lost and changed for something new? Only time will tell, but I'll be holding you. I'll be holding you. I'll be holding you. I'll be holding you. I'll be holding you.
Hey Dan, no interest in a cheeky 500 on the last one?
Well, I can do that for you.
so fragile.
Here it comes. There it is,
Like it
folks.
was built to break off the
There you go.
handle.
Nice job. Let me
How'd we get to this place?
hit the bell. Good to see.
The new and exciting feeling.
20 seconds, folks.
But I won't leave you. Will everything we know be lost and changed for something new? Only time will tell, but I'll be holding you. I'll be holding
Okay. Down into the rest, folks. And we're going to move across into the recovery kitchen. Folks, if you haven't had a look at our SFuels Revival product that Dan co-produced with us, for some reason I got two of myself on screen. Let me just change that here. Get that fixed. I knew I'd get some feedback on that. So yeah, folks, you can check it out on our SFuels store, but basically high whey protein isolate, and then we have a high dose of ketones and glutamine, and just getting amazing feedback from the new product that's out there now and doing so well. If you haven't used SFuels before, down in the lower left there you'll see a QR code that just links through to a like a quick starter pack. It's a cheap way to check out SFuels and get a sense for our bars and our train product and our race product, and check it out and take a look. Well, hey folks, it's been a blast. How you feeling there, Dan?
Yeah, pretty good. Enjoyed that.
That was great.
Nice.
Great session, bud. Thanks for bringing the passion again to the session.
More of the same next time. Next time it's a little bit higher intensity though. That one's going to take a little bit more. But the good news is the reps aren't as long, so
Yeah, that's right.
everyone's a winner.
Well, hey folks, if you're on Zwift, take a snap on your phone or what have you, and then if you're on Instagram, just post it up and do a search for SFuels on the stickers, on the Giphy stickers, and you'll find a whole bunch of Stadium stickers that you can whack on top of your Zwift shot and share it out there. And we look forward to seeing you again back in the stadium soon. We got a ton of great sessions coming up with Dan and Zach Bitter and Dave Scott and Lewis Ryan and a bunch of others. It's been a blast. Hey Dan, thanks for spending the afternoon with us, bud. We'll catch up with you soon. And thanks for Kane and Mark and Lee and Kane and Rob Garcia. It's been a great afternoon. Thanks for joining with us.
Yeah, thanks guys. Awesome.
And go check out the squads, folks. Endure.IQ, search it up on Google, and you'll see Dan's new website, and you can check out the squad there. And
Oh yeah, that's another thing. Brand new website. It looks fancy.
it does look fancy. It's
Yeah.
cool, man. All right, guys, have a great weekend. Be good, be safe, have fun. Thanks for joining us. Go longer.
Champion Dave Scott and Dr. Dan Plews. The SFuels and Endure.IQ Spring 2020 Quick Start Guide is out now. It's packed with info, charts, and tools to rapidly transition your endurance training and racing to your best results yet. Download yours today and raise your performance with SFuels. With tips from Ironman World Champion